Hey everyone, welcome back to my videos. It has been a little while since I made one, so I thought I would, uh, go ahead and take this opportunity and make another one for you. So I've had some people asking me about how I get text on my images. If you have been following my blog or me on Instagram or on my Facebook page, you will have seen that I've been posting a lot of images with text over them announcing different things. So I'm going to show you how I do that because it's super easy and it's free. And I'm all about free stuff. So I use a website called canva.com. As you can see here, it's canva.com. And Canva just lets you use their templates to design different things. So like you can see at the top of this, it says popular design, social media, a presentation, poster, Facebook post, blog graphic, A4 or card. And then you can scroll down and look at different things. So each selection that you can make has different dimensions to it. So like the Instagram post is configured especially for the Instagram dimensions. Same with the Facebook post, Pinterest graphic, Twitter post, all of that. So you can just go through and pick whichever one applies to what you're doing. Now, some things apply to more than one thing. So like the blog graphic, I'll use that one sometimes for my blog stuff, and sometimes I use the Pinterest graphic one. It really just depends on what you're doing. And then when I make PDFs, like for downloads and stuff, sometimes I use Resume, sometimes I've used magazines, sometimes I've used the A4. It really just depends on what you want to use and which templates you want to look through. So today I want to make a little graphic to go at the bottom of my last client email, just to say, an added little thank you for working with me. So I'm actually just going to use the one at the top that is for a card. And you can see the first one that pops up actually has a thank you on it. So we're going to click that. And Canva is going to load and do its thing. So it starts out on this page where you can choose your layout. And so as you can see, some of them are free, and the ones that aren't free, that don't say free at the bottom, they'll have a little dollar sign. So you actually have to pay to use those at the end, which I think is about $1 if you're using it for like a one-time use. But if you want to buy a multi-use, it's $10, which is still pretty good for a really cool graphic. But let me just go through and see what I want to use here. I usually end up just kind of deleting everything on the page, but I'll go through and see if there's something that like kind of sticks out that maybe I really want to use. So let me go through. These are all really cute, but nothing looks like what I want to use. So in that case, it doesn't matter what I choose. So I'm just going to pick one. And so from here, I will just start kind of deleting things. So I'm going to select this and come up over to the trash can, and I'm going to say, I'm going to delete the element, which will also delete the image, and I'll show you what an element is in a minute. So I'm going to take this text, I'm going to delete this text, I'm going to delete this, get rid of all of this. I'm going to even delete this background filler color. I'm going to just fill it with white. We'll say that. Okay, so now that I've got my blank slate here, I'm going to go over to the elements, and as you can see, you can choose from their free photos, you can put a grid in, you can do a frame, you can find illustrations, different lines, shapes, icons, charts, all this stuff. So I'm going to do frame. And this basically, if I add an image, it will resize the image to fit the frame that I choose. So I'm going to see which one I want here. I like this one with this little overlay part right here. So this is what we're going with. And so from here, I'm actually going to choose a background image. Now you can go over to backgrounds and you can choose one of theirs. You can just do a solid color, or you can have the different patterned backgrounds. See, like I did that right there, which I don't like that. So we're going to get rid of that. I actually want to use one of my photos. So I'm going to uploads, and you can upload your own images. And I'm going to come down here and find the one I want to use. I'm going to use this one. So you probably noticed that before it had that yellow kind of triangle across. And because I laid this image on top, I just have to go to arrange and then hit back. Let me actually make this fit. Yeah, there we go. So what happened there was I didn't have the photo aligned properly within the frame, so it didn't automatically resize to it. But if you move it into the center, like, you can see when it fits and when it doesn't fit. And so I have this yellow overlay. I don't like the yellow, so I'm going to change it. And they have the default palette and then grayscale down at the bottom, but you can also choose your own color. So I'm going to move into the pink range, because I think it's pretty. And I'm just like holding and moving my mouse around until I find a color that I really like. Like that one. Maybe a little bit more pink. Okay. And I can also adjust the transparency, but it will adjust the transparency of the entire image. So if I wanted to be able to just adjust the color overlay transparency, I would have to do an entirely different design. And let me show you. So I'll copy the page, and we'll go down here, and I'll delete this element. And let me go back. Where'd that picture go? There it is. I'll add that picture again. There we go. And then I'm going to come back to elements, and I'm going to choose shapes instead of frames. And I'm going to find this shape, and we're going to change that color. I'm going to flip it around to where it fits my image the way that I want it to. Let's see. This isn't quite like the other one, but it will do. You know, let's change. Let's put that back. Okay. So I actually need to make my image bigger since I did that. So I'm just dragging. Cool. Make this a little bigger to cover up that light. Okay, so now I can just adjust the transparency of that color like so. But I like it better on the top, so I'm going to go back to the top one. So now all I need to do is add a bit of text. So I'm going to go over to text. I'm going to hit add heading, and I'm going to change my font to one that I want. Let's see what this looks like. I want it to be white. It's a bit thick. I don't really love that. So I'm just going to keep looking. I know there's one in here that I like. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. There it is. All right. And then I can adjust the size of the text. Cool. I like that. Then I can move it to wherever I want. So this will be my the end of my email, my client emails after the session, just saying, it's just a quick email that says, hey, I really loved working with you. Here's your pictures, and thank you so much for choosing me to be your photographer. And then this image will just go down in the bottom. And I really love this, so I'm done there. I'm going to rename it here at the top. It's just going to be thank you. Oops, done. And then I'm going to download it. And because everything I chose was free, it's just going to let me go ahead and download. And if I wanted this to be a PDF, I would download it like that, but I don't. I want a PNG file. I'm going to download. wait for it to prepare. And then it's down here and I can open that. Eventually, there it is. And I'm gonna save it to my computer. And then I will have that to pop into my emails whenever I want. So let me show you real quick some of the other things that I have made using Canva. Oh, let's look at my designs. So I just made a couple weeks ago the graphic for the free photo contest I did, and then I just came back in to announce the winner, and I just put winner announced over the top of it, and that was just like a text file that I added, which is pretty nice. I've made all of my blog graphics in here, all the PDFs that I've used. I made a custom wedding proposal for someone. I put together my wedding packages in here, used it to make my Instagram posts and my Facebook posts. There's another thing. Okay, so there's a version of Canva that you can pay for that lets you resize things. So, for instance, these two graphics right here, 8 tips for getting started as a photographer. One of them is for Instagram, the one that is smaller right here, and then one of them is for my blog post. And I had to make 2 separate ones because I couldn't just automatically resize the blog post one and use it for Instagram. It would have messed it up. So I just made 2 different ones, which I have not found to be too much of a problem. So I'm cool doing that and saving some money. Eventually I might move to the paid one, I don't know. But for right now, I am not using the paid version. I also made this email header that I have to go in the top of all of my emails. So if you get emails from me and you see that, that's how I made it. So that is Canva for you. Super easy to use and amazing to have. I love being able to just pop in here and create something and have it ready to go within like 20 minutes or so. So if you guys have any other questions about how to use Canva, or if you use a different program that you really love, please feel free to share because I like trying new things. And that is it for today. I will see you guys soon.